Hey, friends and allies. In this time of trouble and destruction and the fall of capitalism, I'm here to give you real fake doors. That Nintendo 69 shit. I'm not going to talk about whatever movie came out about a shooting in Texas. I'm here to give you the unadulterated truth, the shit that you need to know to exist successfully as you drive in your car to the grocery store or pick your annoying ass kid up from soccer practice or whatever. 'Cause I know things. I read Snowden's autobiography. I also read a lot of Aristotle and Plato and shit because I have a political philosophy degree, and I also read a lot of nonfiction, and I honestly prefer it. Dune was really the only fictional book that I loved, and I did it as an audiobook. Right now I'm trying to read that book. They're making a series on Amazon, The Wheel of Time. It's good. It's just like, it's just like 800 pages long, and I've been reading it for 2 weeks, and I'm only halfway through, and I'm just too impatient for that shit. If it was about the fall of the Mayan civilization, I'd have read an 800 book in 2 days. But for some reason, I just can't get lost like some people can. And also, in case you can't tell, my eye feels really good right now. It's never felt this good, actually. And I'm gonna definitely keep my contact in, because that's definitely doesn't have anything to do with why. It would definitely feel worse if I took it out. Obviously. Whatever. Okay, so back to the important news. So today is my weekly existential crisis, and I got some really good news, which is Existential Conscious Day can coincide with Podcast Day. And there's a recipe for some fucking Pulitzer Prize shit. I mean, I'm not joking. I'm firing on all syllables. And yeah, I stole that from Chris D'Elia, because yeah, he is my idol. He fucking got canceled and came back because that was some dumb bullshit, and his friends turned his back on him. And I know the feeling, bro. And I think he sounds like a really good dad who really loves his kid. And my dad, I think he hated me because I didn't get to spend time with a lot of different dads. That's just like, when I hung out with my friends, I didn't really spend time, with, seeing them being parented by their fathers. But as I get older and I see my friends parenting that love their kids, and I see people like Chris D'Elia, who was obviously just in fucking love with his kid. Yeah, I think it's fair to say that my dad hated me. I know my brother hated me. He actually, my half-brother, who's 5 years older than me, the last time I saw him, I was smoking weed along with my brother and cousin in Los Angeles. It was my grandfather's funeral, and it angered him so badly that he said that he hoped I got raped to death by black people. So, yeah. My brother's a racist motherfucker who hopes that his sister, by blood, dies in a horrible... He said, I hope to get ripped apart. I'm real. I'm not ashamed to tell you how shitty my family is. Because you know what else they're doing? Okay, I guess this isn't my dad's youngest grandchild. My dad's youngest grandchild is like 2. But, the second youngest grandchild, before my 42-year-old sister had a baby, when her youngest was, like, graduating high school, because that's just how we do here. My mom also had a baby at 42. Not me, my little sister. But, yeah, my little sister graduated. Congratulations, Zoe. She's got a BS and some shit. She's really smart and really talented. She is the most, like, mystical, intrinsic, dancer. Like, there's some people that dance that you're just, like, in awe. Like, wow, humans can do that? Wow. She is a Cancer. Her birthday is July 4th. It was so cute. She thought that fireworks were for her when she was little. She's super cute. She's super funny too. But she's too busy, like, living a real life and, like, going to school and working and still dancing in a company. Like, doing the Nutcracker and stuff in ballet. I mean, she's a classical ballerina. She knows her shit. Shut the fuck up! I don't know who's coming in the door right now. Who is it? Why? Dude, I'm trying to do something here. You interrupted my podcast, dude. What the fuck? I told you not to come. God damn it. Now I've got somebody else here and I can't do this by myself. Now I know someone's listening, so I might as well just pause it. Anyways, yeah, she's too busy actually being a member of society and working and going to school and doing all that she doesn't spend time on the internet doing stupid shit like me. So I'm going to make a little bet with myself and I'm going to show you my gift to her that I'm going to send. It's a painting of Zoe as Princess Mononoke because she just got a husky. And I just thought that was a really cute idea. And I did it last night. But I bet that when she gets it, my mom is going to run to me and be like, oh, so loved it. She's so excited, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not going to hear a word before that. Because this is how much my family will say isn't supportive of me creatively, that my only full sister isn't even going to attempt to watch anything I do on YouTube, nor ever has. So we'll find out. We'll find out. It might not be next week because I might have an existential crisis Monday, and we might not get this out until the weekend. And she lives in Los Angeles. Because she's smart, and she went and did school for free. Whereas I stayed and got in debt. Because I probably would have killed myself if I had lived with my father for as long as she had to. She's an athlete. She's very different than me. She is sensitive, but like I said, she's a Cancer. She knows how to armor herself. She does not let shit get to her. I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries sheep. They say that, like, I'm like the perpetual child at the adult dinner table, just like wanting to speak up but being too like scared. That is so me, man. That is so me. Like when I open my mouth, like as soon as I open my mouth anywhere, people are like, "What? Who invited you?" And I, like, know what I'm talking about, and it's, like, actually, like, real information, because it's, like, I don't really, open my mouth to just talk out of my ass. I kind of just only talk when I, like, think that maybe it relates to something, or, like, I know about something, like, but still people are very, very offended if I open my mouth anywhere. But anyways, that's gonna be a fun game to see if anybody in my family supports me creatively, because I do post this on my Instagram that my family sees and is aware of, and my Facebook as well. Because I don't give a shit anymore, because like I used to be afraid that maybe my family would see it and they would see me you know, cussing and being depressed and talking shit about them, but nah, they're not going to. They don't even want me alive, some of them. But yeah. Oh, another fucked up thing. Yeah, so my dad is taking his old ass mom and going with his oldest daughter. And her oldest daughter, who's closest in age to my niece that's graduating high school, they're all making this big trip out to congratulate Callie for graduating high school. When Zoe just graduated college last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't even think I got a phone call or a card. I would never even like, I didn't even think it was appropriate to invite my brothers and sisters because I didn't want to make them have to say no because I know they didn't give a shit. But my brother had the audacity to say, "Hey, Mia," and I lived with him. I used to live with him. I thought we were friends. Like when I found out we weren't friends was when I was probably going through one of the worst times of my life, and I didn't have anybody to go to, and I figured I'm at rock bottom. Like, my family has to be there for me. They're my family. Like, that's what family is. Like, they have to pick up the phone and listen to you, you know? But I was wrong. I would talk and he'd be like, well, did you think about getting a job? And that's all he'd say. Or he'd say some just real passive aggressive shit. And then, like, at the end of the phone call, I walked in, and my boyfriend at the time was playing a guitar, and he heard him, he's like, oh, is that a guitar? So, like, I knew he had been listening the whole time. And the only reason I called him is because my sister is, apparently, she thinks that if she tells me how she feels about things, she's too scared I'm gonna run off and do a lot of drugs and potentially die because I can't handle, like, I'm too sensitive to handle what she thinks, even though I've had to deal with, I mean, if I told my life story from start to finish, I would probably get locked away in a padded room, you know, I'd probably, like, get shot in the neck. And, like, the doctor would nod and be like, oh, that's interesting. Well, you know, we're going to deal with this. Wake up. Where am I? Paper dress. You know, padded room, but not the white, nice padded room. Like the unbleached canvas, like, shit, well, like, soaked into it kind of padded room that smells like piss. You know, a state hospital. I mean, and I might belong there. And I should find out, because if I belong there, I want to know, because I want to go. If I'm not fucking crazy, I need to be locked away because I'm not enjoying being a perpetual 15-year-old, you know, and disrespected by every family member, and, like, having, like, I can count the number of people that I could call on the phone that would be interested in talking to me on less than one hand. On two fingers. I've got my other niece is sweet. My oldest sister's daughter is sweet. But, yeah, so my brother said, I said, it would make Callie feel real special if you came, you know, I just wanted to invite you. And I was like, yeah, how much are the tickets? Like, how are people getting there? He's like, I think Tor paid a pretty penny for his, which was his passive aggressive way of saying that, you know, you could come be a part of the family, but since you don't work and can't afford to do anything, I'm gonna guilt you and make you feel like you just, like, you know, did something, you know, hurt my niece's feelings really bad. When the last time I saw my niece, like since I lived with them for a year, I kind of thought like I bonded with her. But the last few times I've seen her, she's just been, you know, a kid, like a little girl, like distracted, like not trying to talk to her aunt. Like, I remember being that way. Like, it was annoying when my older adult, like, family members would try to talk to me when I was like 13 years old and stuff. Not that I know she's a brat, but I do. Because it must be hard growing up knowing that your mom is the biggest whore in the entire city. Because I lived there, and that's all anybody ever talked about, was how Michelle and brother Craig were on and off again, and blah, blah, blah. My brother impregnated her when she was fucking, her leg was too broken for her to get out of bed, so who knows. I mean, that's kind of fucked up a little bit. And her mom is a troll looking. She's just a really good snowboarder, and like up in Montana, they respect that a lot or something. And so yeah, but she's like known to like sleep with every single person on the mountain. So it must be kind of hard growing up like that. But she was pretty much raised by Michelle, her mother's parents, and her dad is a preacher. Like, they're really nice people, but they spoiled the shit out of that girl. And I almost married a guy with an only daughter, like my brother, and he was the type to, oh, is she crying? What does she want? Whatever she wants. You know, we pass a vending machine. She starts crying just because she wants him to buy her something. She's not even hungry, or she doesn't even see anything she wants. She just wants him to stop and, like, you know, pay attention to her, to buy her something. That's how Jaren was. And he, like, said he was the exact opposite, which is funny when I look back. That's how I know he was the exact same. So it's funny also because I look back, you know, my older siblings are so fucking hard on me for not, like, having my shit together better. But if I remember correctly, 10 years ago when my brother was 30 and the 08-09 recession hit and he was in construction, we were fucking starving. There was a point I was buying groceries. So at least I don't have a fucking kid, dude. At least I'm responsible enough not to fucking let someone blow a load in me, especially the biggest whore in town, and then stay there and let, you know, the other person's parents raise that kid. And also, if you're gonna get loans from a daddy, practice touching your bottom lip to your top lip, because that shit's gonna leak. So don't start talking shit about me and me not having money because I don't work when you owe my dad tens of thousands of dollars. I don't know the exact amount, but my mom is just like, you know, that's just, you know, she just thinks it's ridiculous that he treats me that way when he's gotten so, like, a lot of loans from my dad. And it's so funny. I'm like, that never even occurred to me. Like, I know my brother, like, had trouble at certain times with his business because he specializes in Venetian plaster. Like, he did Cartier and Rodeo Drive. Like he does spec homes, like Oprah's house, like he does walls that cost $100,000 for faux finishes. So, you know, he's an artist, I thought, and we lived together, and you know, I felt like we were friends, you know, and I knew his business went through some hard times, but I didn't, like I would never like, if I had a business and I needed money, I would never be like, I'm going to ask my dad. Because I know he would say no. Because my whole life has always been, oh, Mia, if you do something wrong, or, you know, like, if we have to pay for your recovery on methadone, you know, it's because of you that we could be living in a trailer next week. When I find out that my dad's like getting my great aunt to, not only is he, you know, saving for retirement, buying his grandkids their first car. My mother bought me my first car. And you know, paying just like and taking my nieces to Denmark. I find these things out. My dad's been blocked on my phone for years for obvious reasons, but still, for reasons like that, he would rather take his nieces out of the country than his own kids. And for me, it's like I know Zoe would really want to go. But, dude, I'm such a history nerd, and I would enjoy, like, seeing culture and going to Scandinavia and finding about my heritage so much that when I heard that, I was like, yeah, my dad doesn't know me. And if he does, that's even worse, because that means he couldn't give two shits. He's contemptuous about me. And I really don't know how my brothers and sisters would like have these ideas about me unless somebody was telling them about, like, somebody's, oh, my dad told me that, he wanted updates about my recovery because he had a prayer group going. He put that level of private business out without even asking me if I was comfortable with it. This is right after I almost died from sepsis, from blood poisoning. I was in the hospital for almost a week. And he flew down because he was so worried about me. But it was actually, he just hadn't been down in 12 years and he'd never seen the house he bought. And there was like some minor things that needed to be fixed that he went in to fix, which he actually ended up, it was like a leak in this room. And instead of fixing it, he fell through the roof. So he just ended up costing us more money. My mom ended up getting a car, thank God, because she was driving around like a 2004 Ford single cab truck that she bought with cash because my dad wouldn't help her because he only pays the mortgage, and she works 40 hours a week with 16 hours. And my methadone's $500 a month. I mean, this shit is expensive. Her brakes were just $1,000, and I find I've had a really hard time searching for work because I can't drive. My last wreck made it to where my insurance is gonna be $300. So, I mean, I'm almost thinking that moving to somewhere like Los Angeles or somewhere with real public transportation might be the best idea financial-wise for me. But anyways, I just wanted to get some of that stuff off my chest. And my poor other niece, right? That's 2 years older than the niece that's getting all this attention. And nobody went to her graduation. What is wrong with my family? I mean, have you ever, is this a normal thing? If this is a normal thing, please comment and let me know. But if it's fucked up, please comment and let me know. Because this is my only experience. You know, I've only had one family. I don't remember my past lives yet. Hopefully someday I can. So I really don't know what the normal experience is. I know that I always wish that I had a dad that didn't like blatantly like lie to his friends about me to make him look better. You know, if his friend's daughter was a swimmer, I was a swimmer, even if I wasn't. I was never, like, what I did was never good enough. I rode and sold horses for my trainer, who is the reserve world champion of the Kentucky 3 and 5 gated saddlebred championship. This is the world championship for these horses. She was a reserve champion, and it was all political. She should have won. She got a standing ovation, and there's all of this, like, they had, like, lawsuits afterwards because it was obviously rigged. But yeah, we lived in Wichita, and I ended up, that's where, she had a barn, and, I ended up taking lessons there, and my parents ended up getting me a horse. That's what I did growing up. I rode horses. I never missed a day for like 3 years, unless we were out of town. I was there every single day riding. I loved that motherfucker. He was 16 when we got him. I was 13. And he died when I was 25 or 23, the same year that my fiance died. That was probably the best year of my life. I wish more ththings like that happened, but yeah, he died when my parents sent me Scott, my rest in peace, my fiance that died was using when we had gotten clean. So I guess I was getting too close to figuring it out or something. So he convinced my parents that I was using and needed to go to rehab. So they got conned into sending me to Narconon. And you can look this up. This is a real thing. It's poses as a drug rehabilitation center, but there's a nurse that sees you. But all of the other counselors are completely unqualified. There is no psychiatrist that comes in. Nobody but org members, if you know what I mean, work at that place. Yeah, it was a Scientology indoctrination front. Scientology, I guess, is losing so many members at this point that they shadow funded Narconon, and it's all over the world. Okay, this one was in Detroit, Michigan. And it is a front to take people that are at like their mental low and brainwash them into becoming Scientologists. I did the purification rundown, which is when you spend 5 weeks in a sauna, for 5 hours a day, and you like build up a tolerance to niacin so that you're taking, I think, 25,000 milligrams. Like it's an amount that would kill you if you didn't like create a tolerance to it or something. And then like every day they'd give you this like sheet, and you're supposed to like re-experience your drugs as they came out of your system. But there is some science behind staying in the sauna that long. I guess it regenerates your body in the same way like 7 years would, which was cool, you know. Gained a lot of weight. Fucking found out I had a super high IQ, and made a friend that I really liked, and I still check up on her sometimes. But yeah, my parents thought I was just saying whatever I could. I love you too, and it matters to me if you feel any of this, and can be fulfilled and loved. Well, thank you, because I'm having a hard time with my family right now, Mike. While you're hearing me.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Pretty fucked up. That the youngest granddaughter, is having my brothers are flying out there. They're paying like $800 tickets to go see her. Anybody with a pulse can graduate high school. And my sister just graduated college.
What was your high school?
Nobody even sent me a card. Nobody gave me money or anything. Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna happen.
Well,
because I smoked weed and stuff, and everybody thought that I was bad.
I've been dealing with some stuff with my family too.
I know.
No, I'm not like trying to say anything like that. Just hear me out. Where I keep punishing myself with my family is like holding on to this idea that they're supposed to be like
they're like family's supposed to be there
TV
for you, like they don't have any other choice but to be there for you because they're your family.
Yeah,
so like when it comes down to it, they have to be there for you.
It's not like the TV shows.
I found that out when I was dealing with Gant, and I called Jaren because I was like, I don't know who to talk to. I gotta talk to somebody, like, because I don't have any friends, and I thought Jaron was my friend, and I could tell that he wasn't listening, and because like as soon as we got in and he could hear Gant playing the guitar, he's like, "Oh, is somebody playing the guitar?"
Take deep breaths.
He's like, it sounds like if you got a job, maybe you would spend less time, thinking about this. Have you tried getting a job? Blah blah blah. Oh, Dad bought you a house out there. Oh, blah blah blah. And I just found out he owes my dad like $50,000.
So like, you know how...
At least I don't have a kid at 30.
You know, like Alicia and Dave have always been like cool, kind of like safe haven.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh man. Well, I guess I don't know, like.
Not. Alicia's, they got to him. They got to him.
Yeah. Yep. I
Yep.
mean, really...
Because I'm just finding out... I don't know why my family would treat me like this unless my dad would have told... And I know that he did because he told me that his prayer group required updates about my recovery. He didn't even ask me for my permission to tell a bunch of men, I don't know, about something very private.
Yeah.
That I let him in on. I made the choice to go into recovery.
Right, because they can make that about themselves, kind of.
That's exactly it. Yeah, because he's got the most dramatic thing going on. So he's poor Mike.
Yeah, my mom's kind of devastated. The potential jobs or just hookups I could have in life from like people I know or whatever, or my family knows, just from throwing that out there whenever they talk to anybody.
They don't have the right, dude. They don't have the right. And what kind of brother tells their sister that they hope they get raped to death by black people? Not only is that a weirdly sexual thing to say, but he hopes I die, and he's racist about it. On top of that, those are three things that I would never ever expect. Even him at that level, he let his friends. He set me up to be molested by his friends, and I didn't know if that was true in my mind until Zoe told me it happened to her too. So.
I mean,
it's fucking creep. And my family runs to his defense. They're like, "Oh, well, he just has very strong boundaries." Oh, well, I have really strong boundaries when it comes to people sexually assaulting me.
Like, that's how it works, is like, whatever you're feeling, like, your valid feelings... your valid feelings are being projected, like, from them to like the audience or
yes,
whatever. You know
from
what I mean?
their perspective.
And that it's like a feedback loop that makes you more and more frustrated, and just the more you spaz, the deeper you dig yourself in. And I mean, this is honestly kind of a therapeutic way to to process this stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this is like I'm here to make friends in the comments because obviously either I'm too stupid or too boring or not fun enough because I don't have anybody.
Oh,
I have enough time on my hands to do this shit.
I sincerely doubt that you're boring anybody.
Yeah,
with
well,
this. But, listen,
I know.
Just listen. Like, this kind of thing can be therapeutic, but I don't think you should be putting it out there for like.
No, this is how I know they don't support me at all because they're never gonna hear this.
It's not for anybody. It's not for them.
They're never gonna hear this.
This is for you.
They don't support me in any way at all. So that's what I did. I did a $20 bet with myself that my sister would not know about that painting that I showed in the very beginning of the podcast until she gets it in the mail.
Don't you love being right though?
And she's sweet.
I don't think Zoe really.
And I told her I think the world of her. She's too busy being a real person.
I know.
To fuck around with this dumb shit. But this is like if my sister was trying to do something to so that I could make, because I don't know how else to make money. You know, I don't have a car.
Yeah.
I would be championing her no matter what. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I know that she puts my paintings and stuff in. She resents me for that because she's not as good of an artist as I am. Yes, she does. I know she does. She's my little sister. I got drunk at that Airbnb and fell. Okay. When we were microdosing, but I know she does because she's my sister, and she named her dog after a pet, a stuffed animal that I carried around for years, because I still carry around stuffed animals. Like, that's how fucked I am in the head. Like
when I went out to California with you and I hung out with you and Zoe together, it reminded me of like me and my brother.
But you know, when I said my feet hurt and stuff, you know, she was rolling her eyes and being like, Mia, it's just your feet need to hurt because we need to stand in this line. Oh, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was just so superior. You felt the superior vibes when you didn't want to get up to get the oysters. She was so offended.
Okay.
That we didn't want to go do that with them. You know what I mean?
I get it. It's okay. What that is so crazy because I'm seeing like I just got like all the same shit but at slightly different angles because like that's kind of how Max is getting.
Well, like, that's why we're here for each other. You know, we met at a time where we were both dealing with grief.
How do you explain this shit to like anybody?
Nobody else can understand. Nobody else is capable. It's not for anybody else. But it is cathartic for me to sit here and, you know, maybe somebody will give me some insight on whether this is a thing that happens or whether I'm right to feel as hurt as I do, or if I am trying hard, or if I am a bad person, or...
Well, first off, none of that really matters.
But I don't know what else to do. I'm trying to be real here, so maybe I can make a statement online and I can get somewhere.
You don't need anything. You don't need to make a statement or like...
But how else am I gonna... I could maybe get sponsored, you know?
That's just something that's...
I want to be an actress. I'm saving up to go to LA so I don't have to live with my dad, so I can read scripts.
If that's like a thread that you're attached to... You know, it can be like a balloon or an anchor, you know. Bottom line, I'm kind of butchering this, but just having any kind of attachment to anything outside of just yourself
is dangerous.
Yeah, it's unhealthy.
It's just purely dangerous.
Yeah. it adds a factor into like your healing process that it's
But
just
it's
a
so
wild
weird
card
because
variable.
my dad can cuddle up to my great aunt and she's gonna buy my grandma's house for him. When I don't even feel like if I was starting a business, like my brother went to my dad and asked for a loan. Like that wouldn't even pop into my head.
Yeah, no.
But all these people, they can do these things, and I don't understand why or how.
It's not fair.
It's not even about whether it's fair or not. It's just like I don't understand why my understanding of the situation is so much like 180 from everybody else's.
Well, two things. Firstly, it's kind of.
I'm not trying to complain.
Listen to me.
Please,
I know you're
like
not
we're being filmed.
I get it.
Okay, don't.
Listen though.
Okay.
Okay. It's not fair. It's crooked. And you're not.
That's what I just said. It's not. Okay. I don't. Please, let's not talk about me thinking it's unfair.
Well, let me get the thought out.
If you would.
I keep losing it.
I know. Me too.
Yeah,
and there's some shit I wanted to talk about too.
It's the like expectation of what your family's supposed to be or what
the
rules are supposed to be.
And I found that out. That was a profound realization that came a long time ago for me. You know, maybe this would have happened with your other brother, Alex too. You guys maybe would have had some kind of some kind of thing. Like, you never know. Like, it's like you get to kind of fantasize about him being your best, would have been there for you.
Yeah,
but that's not even necessarily, true.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a line between...
Because it's like, how could Alex be that way?
There's the objective reality of who people are and the role that they play in your life and what they think and all, the objective raw reality, and there's your perception of it. You could drive yourself nuts trying to like work out or like.
I've never said this stuff to anybody. Yeah. So I'm just trying to do this for myself in a cathartic way and kind of maybe have a linear thought about it so maybe I come to a profound realization about maybe something I've done wrong or maybe somebody else can help me. I mean, roast me. Tell me I'm being a spoiled brat if that's what I'm being. But if I'm not, like, because I'm so sick of feeling this way.
Just tell me more about
it. Anyways, yesterday was super funny. I read this cards for somebody, and I was throwing that fucked up frisbee that's got that messed up like bottom to Pluto, and he was bumping it instead of catching it, and he bumped it right into my forehead, and it was like the funniest thing. He's like, no, you catch. Like, and I'm like sitting there talking, like tossing it and blah, blah, blah. And then here it comes flying and I'm like, bang. And Cliff just looks at me and he's like, and I'm just like.
When I was breaking up leaves with your mom a few months back, I'd be bent over scooping up leaves and he would slap my butt with the frisbee.
He does that. Yeah. He does anything he thinks will make you giggle, and if that doesn't work, he'll do anything that he thinks will annoy you, negative or positive attention. He doesn't care. Just give me the attentions. Get your ball. Get your heart. Don't come over here. You got toys. Go get them. Look at him expecting us to go get them for him. He's really, my familiar is something else. I've got water and I've got that Mountain Dew. But anyways, yeah. The existential crisis of this week. I just thought this was also important. And I didn't really mean to talk about my family that long. I was really just kind of just trying to make fun of them. I wasn't really trying to make it about me. But, because it is kind of funny. Like, if it was a movie and, like, you were watching these idiots bumble around and, like, do these things that were just so obviously, like socially inept and, fucking, like damaging to people, it would be an interesting movie. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should write a screenplay. Truth is stranger than fiction, man. Amelia. I hope that's not copyrighted, because I want that to be my theme song. Anyways, I kind of forgot what else I was going to talk about, but there's something kind of funny. Oh, yeah, I wanted to parade my paintings, my most recent paintings that I'm proud of for you. I'll model them for you, my friends. Dun, 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 dun. Literally Tame Impala. Kevin fan art. Dun, 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 dun. Like I said, these are recent. Dun, 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 dun. This one's a work in progress. Dun, 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 dun. This is my first knife painting / first like hardcore landscape, and it's kind of like how I remember the Rockies in Montana. Like, if you look towards Canada, the Canada side. And this is also a work in progress. Dun, 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 dun. And I think this is going to look really good. I don't know if I'm going to make it a tiger or a leopard. Maybe you guys can give me some tips on what you think would look better. Or if I should add rock here and quit doing the design. Or if I should continue the design all the way through. What do you think? I don't know. But I really miss art school because of the critiques. Like, I love being roasted. There's something wrong with me, but I fucking love being roasted. Because I love roasting my friends. That's how I show affection. Like, I've got that thing where, like, when my fiance was going in to get his organs harvested, I could not keep from laughing. And, like, trying to make other people laugh. Like, trying to tell... Because I thought I was making people feel better at a really bad spot. Like, but I've just got that thing that's, like, switched in your head. Like, when you're supposed to cry, you laugh. And when you are supposed to laugh, you cry or something. But I don't really cry very much. Unless I hurt myself. Or unless I cry when I'm mad. I don't think I've cried out of sadness in some years, but I cry out of frustration weekly. But, hey, let's make some friends in the comments. And yes, I am ripping Crystalia. And I'm proud of it. Because he's amazing. And I think he sounds like a great father. And he sounds like a great, it sounds like, I mean, just the fact that he's willing to work on himself the way he is. And, like, come back from being canceled and admit and be real. Like, he's my inspiration for doing this. Because he kind of reminds me of how my own brain speaks to me. So that's it for today. That's it for my manic episode of the week. I have till Monday to relax. Hump day, motherfuckers! Alright, I have an interview that I don't have the right clothes for, so there's probably really no point in going. But, hey, siblings that love me, that really love me, and are so supportive. At least I'm trying. If I had a car or money, I would go and, get some real quick from the thrift store, but I don't have either. And my mom couldn't give two shits either. So, she thinks that they shouldn't expect me to have what I'm gonna work in on me, which is just some black pants and a black button up to show that, I have server experience, but unimportant. I'll just show up in some jeans and the only collared shirt I have, which is a linen brown one. It's a really, really, really like 2000s teacher look. But that's the closest thing I have, and I hope it works. Whatever. Love you guys for real, and I might read some cards. I hope I find the time or inspiration. And you can also find me on Twitch, Felia.heliotrope. I paint on there at night, usually really late. But yeah. And it'd be really cool if somebody sent me some money too. Also, like and subscribe my Instagram. Please comment. Please get this algorithm going. That would be super, 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 super rad of everybody. Love you from the deepest, bottomest of my heart. Everything that my family should have goes to you. Mwah.